All right, so just Ben Parker, CardinalSportsReports.com here with Stanford defensive line coach Ross Kolodziej. How do you probably pronounce that last name?
Kolodziej, but yeah, you can just
Ross
go K
Kolodziej.
or Ross. Yeah, that's
Ross, awesome, sweet. Just make us get the name right. So first, we'll just talk about how is just fall camp going for your unit so far, defensively, all that.
Yeah, I mean it's day 3, right? So it's still really early. A lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, right? So at this point, it's settling into the routine. It's carrying over everything we've put in and installed through the first phase of winter and then spring practice and then the summer OTAs. So first day of pads today. So, like I told the guys, it's never as good as it seems. It's never bad as it seems. The truth is always somewhere in the middle, and just excited to get on the tape and getting better every day.
Is it too early for there to be some standouts in your eyes, or has anyone kind of popped out to you?
Yeah, I think early in practice with 2 practices and shells, if you will, or spiders, and 1 day in pads, it's far too early, right? The game of football is a battle of attrition, right? It's the last man, the toughest man left standing, and so it's really about November and December. That's when it really matters.
Talk about a couple of the guys interviewing today. Going to be Jackson Moy and Tobin Phillips. Just what have you seen from those guys so far, and what are they going to bring to your room this year?
Yeah, number one, just all around great guys, right? They do the right thing. They do extra. They take care of their bodies, right? They come prepared. Veteran guys that take really solid leadership roles. They take their role within the team very serious, and they've done an outstanding job in terms of the physical and mental preparation this offseason. So really excited about what they're going to bring to this defense this fall.
You and Bobby, obviously at Wisconsin, that defense has an identity, right? And coming over to Stanford, how much do you try to? Obviously, you have different personnel, so how much does that kind of dictate what you're able to do in year 1 versus just being straight up what you did at Wisconsin?
Right, certainly. Well, every year, no matter where you are, right, it's kind of a renewal or a rebirth, if you will. The standard is the standard, right, to borrow a Tomlinism, and it's no different coming here, right? It wouldn't matter where we are. The scheme is going to be the scheme. The structure is going to be the structure. The expectations are going to be the expectations. That's never going to change regardless of the personnel. Now, it's on us as coaches to determine where they're going to best fit in their roles within that scheme and adapt, right? But in terms of how we play, right, smart, tough, dependable, those are non-negotiables, right?
Just in general, what are the kind of main points, emphasis you kind of have for your group at this point of the process?
Well, just hit on number 1, the identity of our defense is going to be smart guys on and off the field, right? We have a fairly communicative defense, right, that's going to require smart guys to execute it. Toughness, right, a mental and a physical component, as I alluded to. This is a 4-quarter game. It is a grown man's type of game, and certainly that dependability, right, being the same guy every day and really being available for your teammates, right?
If I'm doing my math right, as Wisconsin class of 01, you were in the Rose Bowl against Stanford, right?
That is correct.
What do you remember about that game?
Winning, number 1, and I think number 2, we still may hold the record for least amount of yards given up in a Rose Bowl. So,
what do you remember about Ron Dane that year? What was it like watching him?
Yeah, I mean, Ron was special from day 1. We came in the same class, and certainly incredibly talented, gifted, very large human being that just brought a physicality to practice and to games every day, and we knew we were just going to pound the rock and control the field and play great defense and give us a chance to win championships.
Were you an interior or exterior defensive lineman in college? And then also part B of the question is just how much does your play and experience help you as a coach, do you think?
I was a jack of all trades as a player, which probably helped me develop as a coach, learning multiple positions. I do think there's a transference in a sense, but just like I ask of my guys, right? There's people that can play but can't really communicate, right? So you can be a great player, but that doesn't mean you're going to be a great coach or a great communicator or even a great leader in some sense, right? So I think it helps, but it doesn't guarantee you anything.
What is it like coming in as a coach year one in a new program and trying to establish your own kind of culture and identity? Just talk about the challenges of that, and also just the fun and exciting part of that of this process. Year one, setting the tone for your own room. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's incredibly exciting, right? Because it is new, right? It is a blank slate, and for these guys, they're hungry, right? They're eager to learn. Everybody is essentially at the ground floor learning this defense. So it fires me up as a coach because there is no vet in the room that has 4 years in this scheme that can be the sounding board, right? You are the sounding board. So it's exciting in a lot of ways too, because you really have to dial right back in on all the fundamentals, right? You got to start from the ground floor and really build it back from scratch.
2 more questions before I let you go. Just what has it been like working with, I mean, obviously you have a relationship with Bobby April from your days at Wisconsin, but what has it been like working with Troy Taylor and being on his staff, and just talk about the familiarity you had with him before he came here, and just what it's been like working with Troy?
Yeah, well, number one, incredibly thankful and grateful for the opportunity to be here. It's an incredible place, and it's a ridiculous staff. I mean, it's an unbelievable group of men, and certainly football coaches, and a lot of them were great players in their own right. So have a ton of respect for this staff. You know, outside of just knowing football and what he had done at Sac State and his stops along the way, the first time I really met him was in the interview process. And so, but have been nothing but thrilled, and obviously it's a tremendous opportunity to learn, right? Just in terms of how he goes about his daily business, how he structures the team, builds culture, creates accountability, right? Just all the fine details of running a elite level program. And so again, like I said, I'm incredibly thankful to be on this staff. Great coaches. You know, it fires me up every day because I get challenged to learn and meet or exceed their own intensity that they bring.
Then my final question for you is just what have you most enjoyed? You already kind of touched on this, but what have you most enjoyed about being here in the farm so far?
Man, it is an unbelievable place to be here, right? I mean, days like this where it's, you know, sunny, blue skies, half-hour drive, you can be out at the coast or at the ocean, got great food, close, you know, all the things that make life enjoyable, right? You have access to it in very close proximity, and then it's nothing but world-class individuals, right? It doesn't matter about the people swimming in the pool over here or over in the engineering or business department, right? Every single person on this campus is next level world class in terms of what brought them here.
Perfect.